Okay, Mr. Michael, Mr. Kenneth, congratulations. You've started from being newbie students in the forex markets, like students of Pitch Hedging Forex Academy, and right now you are graduates. You are now professional traders. So congratulations once more. So how will you say the whole experience went, the transition from being that person that was, confused and, maybe a bit afraid about the markets and to what you are now, a person that can actually trade, you can look at the chart and, make educated decisions on those charts.
Well, the experience has been so amazing, and I can say that the only difference is knowledge.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Knowledge is the difference. You know, coming from where I hardly was able to look at the market and interpret the market and all the indices, but coming here, starting the training here, it's been amazing. Like I can look at the market with, I can look at the chart, can look at price action with confidence, knowing, being able to interpret the market to a large extent. It has been amazing, and the experience, yeah, it was not easy. Sleepless nights,
Yeah.
the sacrifices. I mean, it paid off. It paid off. So,
So, yeah, what you're telling me now is that you can actually summarize the whole thing about the financial market into few actionable steps.
yes, yes.
You want to tell me those steps? So if you had to meet somebody now that's zero in trading, like somebody that has little or no idea of market, you can actually explain this thing to that person's understanding in one class or in few classes and bring up that person.
I may not be able to do that in one class, or but I can give I can give the person an insight. I can give the person a picture, a brief picture of the market. Yes.
Okay, so this is Mr. Ken. Mr. Mike, you're able to pass how many accounts during the interview phase? Wow.
It is well.
He did like a superhero. Like this guy was just passing
Yeah.
accounts. Like 1 week, bam, I'm done with my evaluation. Manager, another one that week, bam, they are done. And
Yeah.
I must tell you, I am amazed. That's kind of a performance. I am actually amazed. Yeah, you passed your own evaluation too. But, he did too, like in a period of 2 weeks plus, and able to, go up to some certain percentage. And when we talk about passing evaluation, what means is, as a student of Pitch Hedging Forex Academy, after the 6 weeks of training, you will be given some periods to trade some profit accounts, and the goal is this: you are to get up to maybe 5% of that particular profit account. For them, they went with a $10,000 profit account, of which the target in that week was to make up to 5% of that account. But that's not where the difficulty lies. You have to trade the account following some certain guidelines that have been given to you by the prop firm. So we did FTMO, right? And aside that, there are still other some other guidelines that we give here as Pitch Hedging Forex Academy. Now, those guidelines are actually not your enemy. They are not set there to make you slower than you should be.
Yeah.
But say that in multiples of counsel, in the presence of multiple counsels and safety rules, you actually see if you'll be able to trade in a very objective manner. So one of the rules that we were given was that they cannot risk some certain amount of their accounts in a day. That's 1% of their account. So that is to say, as a Pitch Hedging Forex Academy student, you are not allowed to risk more than $100 of your account in a day. You are not allowed to take more than 2 trades in a single day. And in a short while, we're going to review their account metrics to help you see what their performances look like. So I want to talk about this man. Being able to do 2. People are struggling with 1.
I think is when you learn something from when you learn a good strategy, you learn the market properly. Sincerely speaking, you don't find it difficult. Yeah, I think before I came here, I wouldn't have done that. Now, I wouldn't have done that. So I think it has to do with teachings, the knowledge. Yeah, the teachings, the knowledge. So for me, although I know that I had some here and there, but it wasn't that difficult because once you begin to apply what you have been taught, I mean, that's why we came here, right? Yeah. So I just applied all those things.
Okay, that's nice. So, what would you say became the breakthrough class for you, the breakthrough concept for you? Because since you are talking about the teachings, that's the person that taught you must be very, very good. Well, say hello to the people. So, when I taught you for a few weeks, like, what was that particular breakthrough concept? What brought that wow moment? I like it when I teach students and they get to a point where they're like, wow, so this is it. Where everything gets unraveled. So what forms that wow moment for you?
Okay. Okay. Since this is just you're just throwing the question at me. Okay, but one thing I would say is that I think at a point it was difficult. If you ask him, he would tell you it was kind of difficult because there was one time where I was like, man, I'm not getting this thing. He was like, he wasn't getting this thing. So it was like, we're not getting this thing, but we were like, go back at home and just try to get this thing and get this thing. So I think it all made. I think it was even the third week. As of the third week, we're still having this issue.
Yeah.
Like this issue, like we were learning the thing, but when we go to live chat, it was as if everywhere was blah. Like
different.
it was different, as if we were, So I think where the whole shift came in, I think it was about this fourth week, and I think for me it was the fourth week, and it was not like there was a light when you're walking through the in a tunnel and all of a sudden you now saw the light, the end of the tunnel, right? So like there was this light and every single thing was just aligning. So everything was just aligning. I was like, okay. And that confidence began to grow, beginning to grow. So I was like, everything was just everything aligned.
Wow.
Like that's it.
So it may be kind of not easy for those that are watching you now to relate, but I think I relate perfectly with what he's saying because being their teacher, there are certain times you teach your students and you can actually tell if they are getting the message you are trying to pass across. And I know what I teach, right? I knew that okay, at some point during this teaching, these people are going to find some level of difficulty. They're going to meet with some level of difficulty, but if they are only able to scale through this thing concept by concept, I knew where the breakthrough was gonna be. So when I started teaching them, I started a new week talking about pullbacks, talking about the
Yeah.
SMC itself. Then we went into a new paradigm where we had to learn how to mark structure the proper way that market moves.
Yeah.
I was gonna just do that in 2 classes, but I ended up doing it for them in about I think 4 classes, right? We talked
Yes.
about structure marking for about 2 weeks, and they felt like they were not understanding it, right? But me looking at them, looking at what they were doing before and what they are doing as at that point of teaching, I knew that okay, at this point now I can move forward because the other concepts now will find a good soft
Yeah.
landing on what they have been able to do. And I must tell you, these men are actually men that work hard, right? And that's one thing that forex will demand from every person that wants to learn to trade. There are points where you have to actually put in the hard work, put in the efforts to push things through. So I can tell you every single person that puts in that effort will actually push through. So you want to tell me about your first blood, right? So there are times you took trades and being a let's say a newbie or you have taken this trade and you know your reasons for taking that trade, but you are still afraid.
Ah.
So how were you able to overcome the fears? Those fears, those emotional mix up. There are certain times you are greedy,
Yeah. So
yeah. So
I agreed.
how were you able to overcome those fears and those hesitations? Maybe you want to take a trade, this trade should go your way, but you for one reason or the other are not able, you are paralyzed by the fear of losing when you have not even entered the trade.
Well, the fear was always there. You just migrated, started learning a new strategy, and you even there are some point when you finish doing your analysis
Yeah.
and
Things begin to go
you
south.
you know that okay, this is what may likely happen in the market, but the fear is still there. The fear is always there. You know, but one thing I'm glad about is the challenge. You know, the challenge, it actually helped curtail the fear.
True.
You know, the strict rules of
Yeah.
only 2 trades per day. You know, that itself was a measure to curb fear. You know, and there were days when I had some drawdown. I will be sad, my emotions, everything. In fact, there are some days I went into revenge trading.
True.
You know, trying to
True.
recover everything got so worse, and I would just be down and moody and. But with consistency, with time, I'm not saying that I've been able to master my emotions 100%, but as it stands, I think, yeah, it's better.
Okay, that's nice. You know, one thing about this trading fear, you know, people really don't understand it. They feel like the moment you become consistent, your fears are eradicated. No, no. I can tell you I'm a consistent trader. I've traded for 5 years plus, but there are still that moments in the market where I still have one or two shakiness inside of me, right?
Yeah.
Just for the fact that I'm in a trade. If I should close that trade at that moment, I'm telling you, all the fear will disappear. Yeah. So it's just normal to feel afraid sometimes when you want to do something. But what takes away that fear is doing the right thing. So I keep telling them, I keep telling all my students, if you find yourself being afraid while in a trade, then ask yourself few questions. Why am I afraid? Did I over risk? Did I take this trade at the wrong position? Am
True.
I trading against the trend? So it has to be one of it. Because if it is not one of it, okay, am I trading without my stop loss? Did I over target my TP? It just has to be one of it. Aside all those things, you will not have any reason. Fear comes with a reason. So if you actually handle the reason why you are afraid, that fear will just subside. So I keep telling people, fear is a response, right? It's a response. It's something that is trying to pass an information to you. Your
Yeah.
mind is responding to a concept, and if you just handle that concept, I think that'll be the ending of that fear. Okay, Mr. Mike, you're able to pass two challenges. Wow, you're still like the Superman of this industry. Okay, so you want to tell me about how that period went? What was your highest drawdown? Let's talk about the losses you made. You want to tell me how many losses you made and what was your highest profits and the lot sizes you used? Want to tell me about the pairs you traded the most and okay, so we are going to be taking the commercial break right now, and just stay with us because we'll be coming back to get the answer to all this mighty questions. He's going to gist us, right? He's going to tell us. Mighty trader. It's all right. See you when we're back. Welcome back from the commercial break, and so we are going to continue with our hot questions. And to Mr. Mike, he's going to tell us how his 2 weeks of trading went and what were his maximum drawdown, what motivated those trades that gave him those drawdown. We want to know how he felt taking the first blood. So Mr. Mike, tell us.
All right. So it's really I think the first trades the first 3 trades I took, though I was supposed to take 2 trades. I think the other one was a mistake, and so I couldn't. I've taken the trade. So I lost. In my first day, I didn't make any profit. I was on a drawdown of $110. So it was like, hope I'm getting this thing correct too, because it was the challenge, and it will prove if the company is going to retain or anything, any idea the company has, because they want to tell you, since you say you've passed and you've learned. So first day I lost some money, right? Took some bad trades, and I was like, this thing, the thing touched me, sha. I will not say, the thing touched me. I was somehow, sincerely speaking, I was somehow, because you lose 2 3 trades at once, like not like at once, but the market just went haywire, right? So, but one of the thing I noticed was that I'm gonna come back, but not today, right? I was like, not that same day, not that same day. So I was like, not today anymore. I'm done for today, right? I'm done for today. That's one of the things discipline teaches, right? Yeah, that's one of the things discipline teaches. You just have to like, you have some losses, just go do something else. And I thank God for Pitch Trading Floor. They have some good things you can be doing while you're waiting for your trade. You can play the games. You can have some relaxation time. So after that day, I think that was the only drawdown I had. The following day, I bounced back, made profits. I think on that account, the biggest profit I made was $282 at once. So past that account, that was the first account I passed. So that was the only drawdown I had was the first day. I think the first day was because of fear or something.
So how many trades did you take in all? Like
Trades in all, I think it's 4.
4 trades. That's you pass that account in like 4 days.
Four. I think it's
Your matrix is at
5.
is available, so you can just check
okay.
it out.
Okay. I think it's 2, 3, 4, 7.
7.
7 trades in total.
Wow.
Three,
That's
yeah.
like 5 days.
That's like 5 days.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
That's 5
Yeah.
days, 7 trades, and
Yeah.
guys done.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Ken, how about you? What was your maximum trade? What's your maximum minimum? You know, tell us how the whole roller coaster, like up down. When I was up, I was up. When I was down, I was down. And when I was nowhere,
I was nowhere.
I think mine is quite different
okay.
because the first day I traded, I made $413.
Wow, that's almost like passing your challenge.
That was the first
How
trade
many
I
lots
made.
did you use? I think I'm not aware. Disclaim it. I'm actually aware.
I used 0.5 lot size.
Exactly. I had to caution him on that because one of the things is we know how much we risk per trade, and using a 0.5 for $100 risk is more like when market does 1, 2, 3 against you, you almost be out of the market, right? But we don't want to risk more than $100 in a single day. And on a single trade, we have the options of risking $50, but you risk the whole $100, and you should know that if that $100 is gone, for that day, you don't have a second opportunity to trade. So I think he went full margin. That's with his whole riskable $100, and it went his way. You can't be able to do that except if you have the right knowledge. So it was not just an ordinary guess. If I want to call it a guess, then you should know that it's a very much educated guess, right? So yeah.
Yeah, so out of excitement, the following day, I think I made some uninformed decisions and went into drawdown.
Okay.
I was sad. I think I had drawdown 2 days consecutively.
Like he lost 2 days of
Yes,
trade.
I was so sad. I was
So
sad.
out of the 400 and something dollars.
Now went down. I was sad. I was
Yeah,
in fact, I think it was the 3rd day. I was supposed to place 2 trades, but I made a mistake. There was a mistake. I was supposed to buy. I mistakenly clicked sell. So I was so disheartened. I was sad. Most of the days but with time I was able to pick up and get some winning trades, and I think in all I traded 6 days.
Okay. And you're able to pass. Now you notice one of the things that he said, I was sad, I was sad, I was sad. Yeah, many times that you become sad as a result of trading, but I still keep telling them one thing, though they're still in the process of understanding trading emotions. One of the things I try to do, and I try to show them to do as traders, is this. When you trade as a trader, even the next person standing close to you will not be tell if you are losing, you'll not be able to tell if you are losing $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Or if you are making $10,000. The next person standing beside you shouldn't be able to know except to tell that person. Right? As a trader, we are mostly inert to financial losses. Right? Mostly the ones who make in the market. You can react to other financial losses outside there, but not the ones that is brought to you by the chart. So you can't actually be sad because you lose money, because what if that trade was giving you money? Would you be sad?
No.
No.
So it simply means that even when trade is giving you money, you shouldn't be happy.
True.
Yeah, you're just inert. You're just one inert person.
True.
Wins or losses doesn't mean anything. Or
Yeah.
if you win a trade, doesn't mean that you are the guru, right?
Yeah.
And if you lose a trade, doesn't mean you
Yeah.
are the dummy. It just means that there's
Sometimes it
something
feels
you
like
didn't do
that,
right.
though.
And
Yeah.
anytime you do everything right and you don't get it, you don't just get that trade because the market is not giving it right.
Sure.
Please don't
Sure.
disadvantage me.
Yeah, really.
So anyway, that's for that. So you're able to pass it. How many trades did you take? I want to tell your viewers how many trades you took.
I took so many trades. I think I took 11 trades.
11 trades and
Yeah.
okay, 11 trades for 14 days. Yeah, that's not so many.
Yes,
Because, the academy gives you a leverage of 28 trades, right, in 14 days. Okay, no, 20 trades because you have 5 working
10
days in a
days.
week, right? So 10 days, 10 trading days, 2 trades per day. So you have 20 trades to take, and you're able to take 11 trades and you met your targets in 11 trades. You met your targets in 7 trades,
Yeah.
right? So
My first account.
the first account. How about the second one?
Second one is I think it's second one. I didn't have any drawdown.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't have any
This guy-
drawdown.
this guy is a rocket.
I passed the second account in just let me see, 6 days.
6 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
6 days.
And how many trades?
6 days. Six.
6 trades.
3 days, 6 trades.
Oh, 3 days. No drawdown.
No drawdown. 3 days, 6
That's
days. 2 trades.
100%.
It's, okay, I think on the third day I only took one trade.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your risk reward ratio like? Like how much are you risking per trade? $100, $50?
Yeah, I think generally we're just risking, sincerely speaking. I think there was a trade that I took. I risked a little bit above $60 something, $80. Maximum was 100, I think 110. I mean, it was that 110 was like it was within. I didn't know how the market was going to turn out, but I never risked more than that amount. But so I think the lowest I risked was about $50 something.
So it means that when you were risking around 50 something, you're just going like from 1:3.
I think some of them was 1:4. I think 1:3. I think the minimum I did was like 1:3. But many of the trades were like 1:4, 1:3.
No, the reason I'm asking because if you are risking $50 and you are going 1:4, that's like 200. If you are risking
Yeah.
$100 going 1:3, that's like 300. That's already $500.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get that. Then you want to tell me before now? I believe you should have heard people say, "Oh, news. They trade the news. They made some money." Certain people say, "Oh, once it is news, I run away from the chart." No, different gurus must have told you different things about economic activities. So, what's your take to economic news now? How do you feel when you know a news is coming up, and how do you find out if news?
She hasn't even done first.
Okay. So how you find out about news is that first of all in the morning before you start trading, you have to go to the news platform,
Consult the news.
the fundamental news platform, which is in this case we are using forexfactory.com to find out the news. In fact, we project news for the whole week. You have to look at the news event, what will happen that week to be sure. But on a daily basis, you have to go through the site to check for the upcoming news. So that's how we find out about news.
And you're able to a good extent predict the outcome of the news based on.
Yes, to a certain degree. Before now, by the time news is coming, I'll just step out of the market. But I think now I can look at the indices and I can tell will it go this way. So sometimes I'm in a trade and news happens and it goes my way, like I'm happy. But some few times I'm in a trade and the news happens and just throw me out. So for now I'm still not that very proficient when it comes to news trading. Yeah, but I'm more confident than than before.
Yeah.
Yes.
The economic market is very interesting. Like when looking about talking about world economy, looking at and being aware of what's going on in the US, in the US economy, and Asia and all those things is very important because the priority now before coming into fish trading, forex, academy, we just knew that there was news. You know, that kind of thing, I say, there's news today and all those things. And okay, there's news, but we don't know how to leverage on the news. You get me, right? So if you don't know how to leverage on the news, you can just leverage on it. So, I think we were taught here, right? I think all I know right now about the news, I trade the news to some extent. Um, Previous forecasts, actual, and all of those things. So we know how to read it now, right? So we know how to read it now. You know what to do. You can trade the news, but not like we are news traders. We're not saying we're not news traders, but not trade the news. I can trade the news like, due to what we've been taught here. I can trade the news, and you know how when the news is going against a particular commodity or currency, we know. So we can just ride on that for some few minutes, cash out, run out, so, but it's we no, I understand the news now better, real better, real better.
Yeah, that's one thing with the currency market. It responds to some economical outcomes, and those things can be spontaneous. It can spontaneously change the direction of price flow, and there are certain ways that traders has to position themselves when you have those factors coming up, right? So they are now aware, right? We ride the wings of the news many times. So the whole emphasis or the whole reason for this whole interview, the whole training is to let us know that these men are actually good traders now, and Pitch Hedging Forex Academy have trained them very well, and so Pitch Trading Flow is absorbing them back into the system as our floor traders, right?
Yeah.
So it simply means that they are joining the trading floor. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, sir.
So they are going to be trading for the trading firm, and they are trading our capital, right? So we fund them, they trade for us, and we split up the profits. And that's going to amaze you to know that it's 50-50, right? So we provide the environment, we provide every single gadget that is needed, every single resources, and when they trade, they use their knowledge of the market, and then we split the money, and we are all happy. Yeah, we split the money. Yeah, there's money there. there's money. Yes, there's actually money.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's very important, right? Okay, so this whole discussion is not ending here, right? So we'll do this again after they make their first cash out.
Yeah.
So anticipate,
Yeah.
look out, right?
Yeah.
I will do this when they buy their Benz. Okay. So thanks for watching.
Just keep tuned. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Motherfucker, we got all right now.